Жив, подкоп по двоим, террорайз, борозда также неприятный здесь. Папарацци нажимает, потом транс, есть Магнус, врывается, папарацци начинает лайтилиться, поднимает его тут же в ЕУ, есть торрент, взлетает Самаил, папарацци под сатаником, будет скорее всего фуловый, на развороте опять стан, ДК должен его запомнить, тролль выкупается, 120 секунд здесь не вариант, и погоня продолжается, едет, вернули, летает на торренте Артизио, у него мана абсолютно нет Гурмак, это не та цель, Самаил уже должен сейчас погибнуть, Самаил погибает, есть смысл выкупиться, но у него не будет формы. Наконец-то погибает у Гурмака. 120 этого не будет. Папарацци, замедление по флаю попадает. Есть подкоп от Дилая, есть форстав, есть гост. Нет, посадили на крест.
Должны будут добить здесь флая, и Рошан как раз должен воспомниться. А вот Огра-то не будет, и ЕГЭ должны будут, мне кажется, очередного Рошана забрать с учетом того, что Огрмага не появится.
А может пока у ДК нет формы? Просто вломиться и...
Ну, можно попробовать. Кунка купился на Тараску.
А что он стоит в Рошане? Это же третий, я так понимаю,
Это
Рошан?
должен быть третий Рошан. Там либо Аегис, либо рефрешер.
Ой, как Самаилу может зайти этот рефрешер.
Да,
Магнус, конечно, тоже круто, но две формы подряд это нереально.
Вот Аганим какой. Представляешь, для ДК Аганим.
Ой, это
черный дракон страшный.
Фармить под минус армором. Фейт готов ворваться. Торрентом прочекали.
ЕГЭ боятся. Их можно понять.
Ну, конечно, можно понять, байбеков нет. Если ты сейчас проигрываешь...
Они идут в атаку, но 4 боится туда ничего не видят. И...
Да, у Гурмага еще 50 секунд. Это такой, знаешь, весомый танк в стане Вичи Геймер.
Не знаю, у Ори очень мало маны, ему бы на рез сбегать. А тут со спины заходит ЕГЭ.
Самаил. Есть подход. Подловили. Пытаются зафокусить. Есть террорайз. Пошел фокус. Есть Сон просыпается, но слишком поздно. Кунка имеется байбек. Сыр нажимать не стал. Разведут, но байбек, конечно же, приходит сюда лететь. Летит на Т3. Под минус армором. Самаил уже в форме. Бить Рошана. Бегает сюда Кунка. Фейт. Самаил схватил его через стан. Есть подкоп. Через адаптер забирают. Еще один байбек.
Только 2 байбека остается на карте у Леона и у Дарквилла. Рошан по-прежнему жив. У него половина стека оказывается. Преимущество 2000 за Вичи Гейминг. Не знаю, что их соперник очень быстро сейчас берет Рошан и туда мигает. Мигает Огр.
Но слишком поздно. Кунка имеется байбек. Сыр нажимать не стал. Разведут, но байбек, конечно же, приходит сюда лететь. Летит на Т3. Под минус армором. Самаил уже в форме. Бить Рошана. Бегает сюда Кунка. Фейт. Самаил схватил его через стан. Есть подкоп. Через адаптер забирают. Еще один байбек.
Только 2 байбека остается на карте у Леона и у Дарквилла. Рошан по-прежнему жив. У него половина стека оказывается. Преимущество 2000 за Вичи Гейминг. Не знаю, что их соперник очень быстро сейчас берет Рошан и туда мигает. Мигает Огр.
Но слишком поздно. Кунка имеется байбек. Сыр нажимать не стал. Т3. Под минус армором. Самаил уже в форме. Бить Рошана. Бегает сюда Кунка. Фейт. Самаил схватил его через стан. Есть подкоп. Через адаптер забирают. Еще один байбек.
Только 2 байбека остается на карте у Леона и у Дарквилла. Рошан по-прежнему жив. У него половина стека оказывается. Преимущество 2000 за Вичи Гейминг. Не знаю, быстро сейчас берет Рошан и туда мигает. Мигает Огр.
Но слишком поздно. Кунка имеется байбек. Сыр нажимать не стал. Т3. Под минус армором. Самаил уже в форме. Бить Рошана. Бегает сюда Кунка. Фейт. Самаил схватил его через стан. Есть подкоп. Через адаптер забирают. Еще один байбек.
Только 2 байбека остается на карте у Леона и у Гейминг стараются играть вместе. Стоят на хайграунде, ждут удачного момента для того, чтобы подловить соперника на ошибку. Форстан появляется у Леона. У Леона еще есть гем, так что он весь вижен, который ЕГЭ там просто должен будет дебивардить обязательно. Что, байбеков у нас по-прежнему только 2 должно быть на карте. КД. Всех КД. Просто 8 байбеков КД. Гейминг стараются играть вместе. Да, хороший добро. Стоят на хайграунде, ждут удачного момента, чтобы подловить соперника на ошибку. Я ж там появляюсь.
Что там у Янги?
ЕГЭ там
Капать КБ? КБ. Форму принимает Смейл. Подходит к квартире слоуграунда. По баракам. Поработал. Есть Торрен. Ну, не страшно.
Страшно,
Да. В любом случае, там
Просто 8 байбеков
Аегис.
КД. Дим старается.
Эта осада будет продолжаться.
Побег. Пока ЕГЭ не снимает.
Пока... Бэкдор протекшн. Танчик. Пошел начинает.
ЕГЭ это
Капать. КБ. Привет. КБ. Форму поднимает Смейл.
Кунта слишком быстро клипов убивает.
Никак. Раунда. Поработал. Есть
Барак,
Торрен.
по-моему,
Все не так
надо брать
просто.
Джой, надо брать Джой.
Личный не взять, да, он уже фуловый опять. А там еще и аргументейшн, если что, есть.
побег. Пока ЕГЭ не снимает.
Отсюда уходить, забирать. Кто-то кому-то будет накачаться. Вот как раз кто побежал Оверман для того, чтобы может быть, второй успеть.
Личный не взять, да, он уже фуловый опять. А там еще и
ну, либо тапка, либо Блинстагера. Первый тапка. Платформа, уходить, забирать маты. Если у Германа как-то поступил, то не сможет ничего сделать.
это не Угерман. Невозможно. Он как раз толпой очень много. А Эпис который попробуем через палец. Дальше заполнить. Есть кто? Плотно соблюдение. Кунка отрывается. Покунки дает, пожалуйста, если сырок. Кунка. Кунка все отбивает. Зир строит. Дебауэр. Кстати, заполнить Сумарил. Дебауэр очень успешно поднимает. Он не успел заполнить. Аркидис пускает в лоу-граунд. Есть руты. Начинают раскидывать по Угерману. Нажимает по КБ. Что сделать ничего не может. Магнус отвез подальше отсюда. Сент-Кинга его убьют на хайграунде. Нет, это плохо. Радовался. Подальше и тоже начинает отсюда уходить. Через атаки. Забирает Альфона. Моментальный байбэк. Тропы с Аегис попутно. Это Артини. Это под самый конец. Это Аегис.
Прекрасное исполнение в самом начале. Они не подставились ни под один смоук-выход от команды Vici Gaming. Очень...
For my master.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gold is a great conductor.
Dire's
Yeah,
middle
2 for 2.
tower is under
Okay.
attack.
So Zayat's actually, did Zayat get one bottom? I didn't realize he was going for it, so. Sent mid. Carapace, magical. Doing a good job getting this harassment of the tower without drawing the aggro of the tower. Just another Shadow Strike. 3 early points in that nuke.
Meanwhile, Blizzy.
He did this on Batrider, but he's now doing it on freaking Kunkka. This is not what you expect from a Kunkka.
They can punish him. That's a Shadow Demon.
I mean, he can't. He's dead, right? There's no escape.
You can just TP out if they stun him.
Yeah. By disrupting him, though, I guess he lost the creep wave, but that is still going to push out. Should be dead here. They may go for the Impale soon, since with all this Shadow Poison, should be dead. He does juke that Shadow Poison, but it'll be dead.
A lot of time wasted, and now the quick wave is gonna be pushing into the tower. Razor.
Invis through, but there's a Radiant Sentry. He's going to stay in range for it, and yeah, pops the Fairy Fire, so he's no longer Invis, and Magical get himself a second kill this game.
Forget your safe room.
Okay. Both sides. There's 4 range creeps against 4 range creeps. What's happening top? This is unheard of.
Ace was just holding it. He was not farming.
Okay.
I mean, he could have pulled it to the side camp and just farm both of them.
Well, as a result, this Kunkka is not going to quite get the wave pushing out like he had maybe planned, so well for him.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold deny.
Got 14 denies already. Died down in the bottom lane. 33 even getting the last hit on the nuke as well. 33 having a good game so far on the Tiny. Same time, 31-10. He's not really being contested all too much.
33 is the player that always buys a lot of these small items, has an extra wind base, a bracer, a magic one. He's always buying the small item, especially when he plays the Night Stalker. Like, you're gonna see him having an urn, being what we're gonna call 6-slotted at the 15-20 minute mark.
Currently trying to use these small items to contest the Alchemist. Falling back into the jungle. Nico's going to have to help secure this jungle a bit. Sonic Wave down mid. Looks like Magical is going for the kill on PPD. Damage isn't quite there with the Shadow Strike. They will get the kill. Zion's getting the last hit. He wants to make sure Fata didn't get the deny. Magical, though, does not have Blink for a couple of seconds. He needs to get out of here. Does manage to do so before any further damage can threaten to kill him. And this is good news, because Crystallize, that means he's not being contested while he farms here. Mud Golems, Shard Golems, multiple stacks being farmed up. Nico's also found a haste room for Queen of Pain, who's going to blink on over to grab that one.
They need to set up some vision at the entrance of the jungle. Zayat has 1 observer, 1 sentry.
Right, as you'd expect. 2 entrants into this Radiant jungle, both covered by this observer ward.
So the only way to approach is by buying a smoke. Bounty runes are spawning in a minute and 30 seconds. This is where NIP wants to make a move.
Yeah. PD keeping back mid. There's been another initiation onto Fata. The kick is not going to cancel the TP. Down. There's a nice little stack here for the Alchemist in the other jungle, and that was being pinged out. So I think yeah, he's making his way over there already. If he gets here in time, he may be able to stack another camp. Like he'll be here for this one. It's a range creep, so yeah, no chance to get this stack off. And they missed both stacks, unfortunately. Sax is kind of hunting. He got wards here, so he may just be looking to get some vision down. Doesn't block the camp. He's just setting up the vision to try and hunt kills later.
A little bit of trouble.
Gets the cold feet, has a TP. Does he go for it, or does he just want the experience? Dukin, will he go for a TP out? Yeah, he will.
Dawn.
It's out of there. He left vision. Back at mid. Away. Going for that kill there as Crystallize continues to farm. He's up to 2.2k gold suddenly. Looking like maybe a faster Radiance timing than what we saw last game. Well ahead of the Lifestealer in terms of net worth. As you'd expect, anytime Alchemist has a halfway decent game, he is going to outfarm anyone in the game.
Yeah, that's 3 points. Reed, he had some of the stacks on bottom. PPD, planting an observer ward.
They will have seen... Oh, no, they didn't. He smoked up.
Yeah, he smoked up, but they know something is because Kunkka would not be.
Oh, Magical tried to blink it and steal it. That would have been huge as far as the Alchemist getting some gold. Yeah, I'm not trying to punish you. They've got Ghost Ship, but X is on cooldown. As a result, doesn't look like they'll be able to get the big kill on the Tiny, but they'll get PPD instead. They're even going to use the boat for this. Just to make sure. They feel like they needed the damage.
And here comes Sona Eco to get that kill.
Like same as stealing that T1 mid tower last game. Like, hey, that's mine, guys. Needed that from my Tome of Knowledge. Actually, getting level 6 on AA is pretty big this game. Don't fully blame him.
Tiny Invis lacking a little bit of mana. If he just tosses him back to the tower, just needs a hero to stand near the tower.
That toss back. Doesn't look like it. Full toss combo. Easy to kill. Not maybe the Alchemist you'd hope to kill at this stage of the game. It is just that support. Speaking of support kills, Saksa with the Vendetta goes for the Impale fall. The Carapace is there as well, and another kill for NIP, who are doing a good job hunting some of these heroes. They stop the stacks from happening, so not just a kill, but also gold denied from Alchemist.
Yeah, Meanwhile, Alchemist has farmed the other part of the jungle. 2 deep wards placed by BPD to see where Alchemist is farming. They have an Invis hero. Tiny is getting close to his item. What is he buying? That, yeah, that's an urn.
Spirit Vessel Rush.
I think so. Against the Alchemist, has that Windlace already. You don't necessarily need to have a Blink Dagger this early on. With the Phase Boots and Windlace, you have a lot of ways to approach it. 425.
Zayat's just respawned and instantly gets ran at. The toss into base Lifestealer gives him a spoon-fed kill. We'll be happy about that one. Dylan now getting involved in the kill scoreboard as well. 1-0. Ace has been free farming away up top.
I'm a big fan of the players who adjust a certain situation, thinking out of the box. Unorthodox build on Tiny, but you need to have it.
Yeah. No, they're kind of in this passive farming stage with the Alchemist, of course, but the rest of the team, they've got Ice Blast, they've got Kunkka. It does feel like they maybe want to try and make some plays here, but they're just being hunted in their own jungle wherever they go. Na'Vi getting picked apart. Another kill for this Tiny, who now has Urn charges to play around with as well. But AA, who does have that level 6 ultimate, but really any good setup or ways to use it right now, I feel.
This is such
Radiant's middle tower
ward
is under attack.
from PPD, because if you place a sentry to deward this, which is you're not like it, or
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're just playing around this vision so well, just camped on this high ground. This entire jungle has been off limits for the Alchemist. There's a reason why he's playing around this bottom jungle, and it's because it's much safer. He's got his Observer Ward to protect him there. He's going to get a pretty good time on his Radiant. Roll in for Ace. He does manage to get away. He pops the Rage as well, and Zayat almost in some trouble there. Tiny comes swooping on in. This is going to be another kill. Zayat is just dying time and time again. That's 3 deaths in possession. PPD himself a bit too deep. Sonic Wave thrown out as well to make sure Magical can secure that kill.
I think NIP is fine with this trade. 2 ultis, actually 1 big ulti cooldown, 35 seconds to get a PPD, and they got the tower. Meanwhile, Alchemist has his Radiance, just needs to use Courier.
Yep. Na'Vi, your timing is, you know, it's not the first 13 minutes of the game. You have an Alchemist on your team. Everything you're looking to do comes a bit later, around that maybe 20-minute stage, Radiance, Blink, or even really the BKB timings in a lot of ways. Quite happily play at a slower pace for them. And also just with Kunkka being under level, because the X is really their way to catch and kill heroes.
Yeah.
And he's had level 1 X for a long time. Only now, he's level 2X now.
It's not even maxing out the Tidebringer.
I don't think he can afford
going
to.
to max the X mark because they lack the catch.
He's kind of, you have to. You're the setup for the Ice Blast, so at this point you need as many points in the X as possible. Finding a vision, just a Sentry Ward. Somewhat limited right now. And yeah, there we go. 3rd point in the X, Kunkka gested. Maxing out the X. And yeah, this Sentry Ward, you mentioned the Sentry placement. They expected the Observer Ward to maybe not be on the cliff. That's why they didn't plan the Sentry right on top of it, but...
No, it reaches the cliff, but also this is a common spot for a ward, so that's why it placed more to the east.
This rotation and gank from Na'Vi will catch the 33 on the Tiny with the Ice Blast damage. Take him on down, and once PPD it does look like Crystallize will get one top, but he pays for it with his life. Alchemist gets the boundary route, I guess, kinda. No, I don't know. Worth it's probably not the right word.
I mean, you do not want to die with Alchemist. Every single time a hero like an Alchemist or Meepo dies, he loses 2.5 times more farm than hero.
They did get the 2 bounty rings up top. Down the bottom lane. He's going for an Orchid first.
Their vision game is much, much better. This game, one of the reasons why they lost the previous one was Na'Vi had much better overall vision game and the positioning. Now another deep ward, which not...
Away from the obvious spots, these
Radiant's
cliffs.
bottom tower needs a hand.
Kinds of problems. And they've also got Saxa, who's such a kill threat on the map, vendettaing around.
Tower is under
It's got the Meteor Hammer completed, so much lockdown potential with the Carapace, Impale, Meteor Hammer.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
Observer would place Sentry, though. Be dewarded. Na'Vi.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, to see if 5-on-5 fight. Right now, Na'Vi does not want to take it before Alchemist gets a BKB. He's off the Radiance when not using it in case that Assassin is there in Invis.
Gets the silence. Is it going to be long if he gets the rage off right before the unstable concoction hits? It was flying through the air.
Only level 1 silence.
Nickel needs to be careful who blinks away before Saxa can do anything. Look at this Radiant Sentry Ward action. Their minimap is just littered with sentries. You got to imagine they don't have too many left available. Limited resource these days in the top, and they've just got to buy whatever they can against Nyx Assassin, but so many left to buy.
Radiant's bottom tower needs a hand.
I get some more time. The hammer being thrown from the high ground just to do some tier 2 tower damage. Shabby. Slowly up time in magical.
Oh, if he blinks, he's dead.
Yep. That's right. I think I messed up. His own. He stays to the right. I don't. Obviously, he doesn't quite know where those heroes are
The
positioned.
next level play would be stay, don't move.
Radiant's bottom
Plasma
tower
field.
needs a hand.
Revealed him, but then you lose the vision and still.
His top tower is under attack.
Tier 1 tower on the top.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Best
under
They're
top
taking
play.
some damage on it.
Nyx Assassin comes in the mid up top. The Infest, they're going to go for Saniko here. The TP coming in from another Nyx member. It's 33, looking for Blizzy. He's going for the TP out. Will he guess with an avalanche? No, doesn't go for it. Down bottom, meanwhile, there's a straggler. Fata, what are you doing here? And Na'Vi, no, he should not be there. Quadruple tips. Trying to tilt Fata. Saying, your team TP'd out with an Infest gank up top. You should not be caught left behind. Na'Vi themselves know that kill shouldn't really happen, but they'll happily take it.
And this is what I talked about. Look at 33. Bought another Windlace 19 minutes and on a 90.
All about that movement speed. He even has that movement speed talent. Zion, bye-bye. Ace, I'll take this kill. Thanks, guys. Adding the KDA.
Radiant's top tower ain't looking too
Na'Vi very much on the back foot now. They have completed the BKB on Alchemist. Has an AC queued up, but a bit of room to grow. Alchemist will come online kind of now with that BKB, but he also wants a few more levels as well.
That's going to be a Deso on a life stealer. If they can get a kill or two, maybe they can transition into Roche.
Certainly an objective that NMP solves at this point. See, items coming up soon. Magical with an Orchid. About to be completed. Kunkka's got a Force Staff queued up. Not
Yeah, I love that.
conventional.
Yeah, I mean, he's not playing any carry Kunkka. He just wants the items his team needs.
Prime PPD with the unstable concoction. They're going to follow it up with a rolling boulder. And they delete the Shadow Demon to start this fight off. Zayat's just going to throw out the Magnetize. Just
Zoning Magnetize.
Hell Ace. Bounty Rune was picked up by an MP, so only one Bounty Rune. Na'Vi with their Alchemist.
With that Force Staff, you can just save people because they don't have any kind of save mechanism at the moment. It's great against the Razors since they have 3 melee heroes to just push them out. Great against the Lifestealer as well.
It's being generous, giving some creep Quap who desperately bomb right now. We'll have the Orc completed now, coming out in the career. Gives them a way to initiate and go for the kill on Ace's Lifestealer, to go for kills like the Nyx Assassin. stop things like the disruption. It's being used as a defensive tool. Very good item in this game.
Dire are scanning. Trying to find those
Have a
sneaky
BKB as far
bums.
as ways to get rid of it, but that pretty much is the only tool to get rid of it for the time being. On PPD. Captain Peter with the Orchid. Easy kill.
Can they transition this into tier 2 towers since they lost the tier 2 tower on bottom? Nah, they're not gonna trade.
Well, they're gonna lose heroes here if they're not careful. Yep. Quick and easy kill. The Infestigate, once again, they're just underestimating NIP's damage potential. Blizzy going for the TP, now 33. Avalanche, it comes half a second too late. Will survive. Na'Vi should not have hung around to go for that tier 2 tower.
Next assassin is God's work. 9 out of 15 kills, setting up some big stuff with the Lifestealer playing around his infest timing. Maybe they should consider getting a gemmer. Kanka gets 4 staff and then they buy a gem, so they're gonna have a save for someone who's carrying it. It could be worth it. And Sox on the mid lane, just dropping those bombs on the tower.
Dropping the hammer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
33 does have a Blink Dagger queued up next, so all this movement speed. The hero not really known for being that mobile, and he's going to have the Blink Dagger as well on top of that. So
Tower's under attack.
Na'Vi recognize if they don't have good control over this part of the map. Oh, he looked for the Orchid. He was hoping for that Ice Blast with the Orchid initiation and the Earth Spirit to maybe catch Ace's Lifestealer by surprise. They did have Sonic Wave for some burst as well.
And there's gonna be a free tier 2 tower for them as well. Top lane is also pushing in.
Going to have Salt Crest momentarily, just 400 gold away. Some neutral to respawn.
Tower has fallen.
Interested in defending their outer towers. Na'Vi let the tier 2 tower top go down. Now they're going to smoke up. I think they're smoking towards Crystallize, who does have the AC. This is some scary timing.
Yeah, once again, he turned off the Radiance just in case there's an assassin hunting Carapace.
There's not Cameroon. Like it's going to be Gravity. They find Nitz Assassin. He's got an infest inside of him. Lifesteal's just going to pop out with the Rage. Goes for Earth Spirit, but he just rolls on out of there. Ace could be in some trouble if he's not careful. The Blink forward. He finds a target this time. Crystallize avoids stunning himself. Pops the BKB. The toss to save. 33 helping his buddy out. Ace has no rage for 3 more seconds here. He's in a lot of trouble. The Orchid will help finish him off. And Na'Vi with the BKB AC timing. They find a Lifesteal. They commit a lot just for the 1 kill though. That was a big smoke rotation, but they're also going to look to follow up with a tier 1 tower.
Patience from Fada. He did not want to pop a BKB there, even though he was in trouble. Tiny tosses him to the high ground. Saves the 10-second BKB. The tier 2 tower is gone.
Nice. Queen of Pain player says, you give me some creeps early, you can have this illusion rune. Crystallize. And gifted that one. Zaxa. Deta was on cooldown for a couple more seconds. He's going to perhaps be pulled back in. He gets him with the torrent.
Well, you only
Game Blizzy. He says, I know what you're up to, my friend. Magical will come. Linking in to secure the kill. There we go. AA level 10. Get that GPM talent. That's a happy support now.
This Phoenix Assassin is so farm. He's more farmed than Kanka by 1,000 gold because of the GPM talent.
Yeah.
I mean, this was also his first death.
By the way, Kanka didn't end up going for 4-stop.
I still think they need him.
For Spirit, he's got a Blink Dagger queued up. I expect that Solar Crest, but you know, Solar Crest on out, of course, pretty damn good. But Solar Crest as an item feels like one of the items that is just a bit busted.
Definitely one of the strongest items. Might be actually the strongest item in this patch.
It's one of those items, you know, if there was like an, you know, F or G or H, whatever letter we're up to patch tomorrow, there'd be probably some small, like tiny little ice frog move. It's not too out of control.
I don't think it needs to have 7 armor. 6 armor is fine. Even 5 armor would be fine on Medallion.
Sans can't make these radical changes now that TI is over. We'll see. I'm sure there'll be some crazy patches after TI. That'll be fun. We're going to figure out who is the champion of this current patch. Way with $50 plus. We're answering these couple. Navi. He named himself. So far, so good. Fata, does have the BKB. He decides not to pop it because he's got PPD behind him with the defensive disruption. The Soulcatcher doing a decent job of taking away some of Crystallized's health. We're getting it back soon as charge forward is there. Yeah. Kicks Crystallize out and then he rolls on himself. That's Fata's BKB down. So Nico doesn't have Ice Blast, but they're going to go in Fata now. Fata's in trouble. He's being extra both going back. Is there a disruption save? Doesn't look like a PPD. He can't get in. His disruption was on cooldown, and now 33 could be in some trouble himself. He's got an infested inside. 33. Looking to take this fight. Alchemist is going to pop the BKB. Doesn't have Chemical Rage, though, so I don't think Navi want to take this one. And they see that Razor buyback.
They're really fine with this.
Yeah.
Another deep ward. Look for... And it's gone. That's the gem. Someone bought a gem. Queen of Pain, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Because they're running out of sentries, and I mean, you can't really sentry the whole map. Queen of Pain died a couple of times because of that Nyx Assassin and the Lifestealer gank. I think they can do anything. They can't really threaten the high ground. Lifestealer can come, hit a couple of times, but there's going to be an acid spray. Maybe they can try to drop the Meteor Hammer.
Chip away at the tower or something. They got to be a bit careful. Like, your Razor just pulled back. A dieback could be really bad. If anything, I feel like they should be playing more around, like, just trying to secure Roche. Don't fight at the enemy high ground. If you want to try force an objective, force Rosette and fight on even terms. And if anything, make it favorable. Have a vision advantage. De-ward that Roshan part of the map. Play around your vision. Pushing high ground. You don't push high ground without an Aegis for what?
And you can't also take the Roche because threat of AA, they have a really good fight into the Roche pit. Also, they have a vision there.
Navi playing defensively on their high ground for now. Accumulate the next couple of items. BKB for Queen of Pain, the big one they're waiting on right now. Allow her to play so much more aggressively in these fights. Worry about mostly the Nyx Assassin with his Carapace and all his stuns, but even here is like tiny.
Still, they're not leaving the base, but all the gold coming to them, both top lane and the mid lane. And I feature smoke.
Yeah, smoking kind of early. Normally you'd see these smokes more around the bounty runes, but they are expecting Alchemist to be in this jungle, it feels like, but that is not the case. So, yeah, they see him mid, so I think they realize there's not any kills to be had. Oh, yeah, he's on the high ground. They're actually going to jump in. They want the Nyx Assassin. He has the defensive fuels to get rid of the Orchid. Dias is there with the Magnetize, trying to turn this one around. Ace is be careful. His rage is running off, but he's got a BKB, so he's got so much magic immunity here to play around. Crystallize has been slowed by the Demonic Purge. He gets the bash onto Fata's Razor. And that's a dieback on Razor. All they've killed is the Aerospit. Blinking it is magically just finished off his BKB. Got an Orchid now. He's going to use it on PPD, taking his second kill.
They have enough time to go into Roche pit.
Yeah.
With the AC, with the acid spray, a lot of minus armor.
Queen of Pain there, I want to say. But I don't think he's got the damage for it. Play it safe and head back to Fountain just to heal up. Dire scan on Roshan, like, are they this? They still might. Alkid's level 20, so gets that cleave talent.
Haste!
And he's just about completed the Look Crest. It's going to be such a big boost to the team. That on the Alchemist, he's going to be so scary.
And this is what I like to see. Him adjusting once again on level 10. He picked up the armor talent instead because he's not dealing any damage. And the armor is so valuable in this. Razor against the Lifestealer. Standing on a ward right now. Bounties are spawning.
Flies. Take the bounty in there. The two down bottom also still available. The chain stun. Orchid comes out on the Nyx Assassin, turns around with the Chemical Rage and the BKB. He's going to be able to take out the Tiny. Does cost him a BKB, but he's more than happy to do that. He's got the BKB still going. Unstable concoction doesn't hit Saxa. But the Carapace is there, followed by a Meteor Hammer. The Meteor Hammer will not hit Crystallize. He's got the Abyssal as well. Dead Nyx. SD buying back as well. This fight is over. There's no need to buy back because the Nyx Assassin has... I mean, he has a buyback, but they've already used what they had. Razor. Oh, they're buying back to contest Roche. PPD makes the call. Guys, we cannot give them Aegis.
He's going to back off.
You're so happy about this if you're Navi. Do you have to reset a little bit?
Yeah, but now you need to run into Roche Pit because you use 3 buybacks and you're not getting anything out of this.
Are you strong enough to do so? It feels very scary against the Ice Blast. They're smoking for a pickoff first, it feels.
You need to make something happen, anything. Otherwise, if you just die with 2-3 heroes,
Well, they've got this ward. They want to fight.
you're gonna lose Roche.
Yeah, Magical, I think he wanted to de-ward, but at the same time, he doesn't feel safe doing so. And guess what? They just scanned Roshan. They know NIP are not at Roshan, which means NIP are hunting those. Navi make the right call. They fall back. They're playing on their high ground. They're going to have to move out soon. They no longer have scan, so they don't know what's happening at Roshan. They could fire an Ice Blast, but you also maybe don't want to waste Ice Blast and put up. No good ways to scout Roshan for Navi.
He's fishing for some info on mid. Oh, he got it. He also has a buyback. That's why he's doing it.
Zayat's baiting. He knows. The buyback play around. Crystallize goes right into the BKB. He turns. He's going to try and bring down Razor. Still no buyback on the Razor, and the Bashes will take out the Life Stealer. Buyback available. I don't think he wants to use it. This fight looks also lost. I think NIP just have to cut their losses, and their losses are going to be very, very heavy. Tiny going down to Shadow Poison. Shadow Demon as well getting picked apart, and NIP get team wiped.
When you say heavy, you mean full team wipe. But they can take the Roche because they didn't take the tier 1 tower. It's full HP. They can't threaten the Rexes.
Navi destroying NIP. To the high ground they go. Oh, sorry, to the Roshan pit they go. And Navi will claim an Aegis. Plus, flying on through. This is like some BM Ice Blast. Let's hit Razor as he comes back in.
Can I die again?
Well,
Dire's middle
NIP
tower's taking a
in a
nap.
world of trouble.
Dire's middle tower's under attack.
Things are not looking great for the European squad.
Dire's middle tower's full.
Playing through a brutal CIS qualifier, just really showing up here at TI. 6 wins, 3 losses, and looking to claim another one.
To give Aegis to mid main with that gem, the whatever NIP put down. Though they're still in a different spot, so it's really hard to actually kill them. And now Alchemist 6 slotted, so we can start getting some Aghanim Scepters.
Oh yeah, that's the fun time of the game. This was such a good gem pickup for Quap. That just completely changed the game, having a gem all of a sudden. Allowed them to hunt down, prevent this Nyx. Saxa, who was causing all these problems in the early to mid game, suddenly became a liability in some ways, so... Ace is going to be careful. He's going to BKB. As well as the Rage.
Meanwhile, they found Tiny.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tiny being kicked and bullied around. 33. No escape for you. Magical
I'm
Well,
sorry. Did you
find
say
and get the kill. Unstoppable streak. 10 kills, 2 deaths. This has been absolutely fantastic Queen of Pain play. Na'Vi looking like a hell of a team here. Queen of Pain hits level 20, gets that spell Lifesteal Talent as well, and NIP are going to be put in this position where you're kind of playing for the high ground defense. And solo crest on Kunkka means this Alchemist is going to be quite the raid boss, able to just belt away at this tier 3 tower. It looks like Na'Vi are indeed intent on going for the high ground. Magic just goes blinking in. Once the Shadow Demon kill with the Ice Blast Sonic Wave, there should be enough damage to kill a PPD. 1 or 2 more right clicks, has no buyback. That's why Magical wants it. 1 more screen PPD, he should die in the pound and will do so. Great play from Magical. No more SD to worry about. It may be a 5 position, but it's such a key kill to get it. Crystallize says, well, I can just go running in myself. He kills 1. Bash. Uses that BKB, though. BKB is down.
Lifestealer has double damage in the bottle.
Yeah.
They want to take this fight.
Na'Vi used double BKB on Alk as well as Queen of Pain, but at the same time, they've turned it into a 5v3. And Magical one with the Aegis, so he's the one that's going to be in charge of hitting buildings. It's not Alchemist. Alchemist has to play this a little bit cautiously.
Aegis still up and running for another 2 minutes. This is going to be a 3 set of Raxes for Na'Vi.
Yep. No contest, it feels like. They scan. They're still a little bit worried about some kind of a flank coming in. And Na'Vi maybe seeing NIP defend this one. They did pop the glyph. No. still no initiation coming in. Na'Vi with the Observer Sentry combo as well, so they see absolutely everything, and they're going to fall back and take more bounty runes, it looks like.
NIP, they need to spend all of their gold, get the items. There's no point of saving the buyback because they don't have them. And Razor and Lifestealer, both of them have AC queued up. They need to talk to each other, see what's happening.
Part of what's going wrong, the communication for NIP. There we go. Razor shifts over to a Shiva's Guard. Right,
And buys a Lotus Orb.
Okay, casual. Oh, going as Kunk does, as plays a Shiva. All right, items galore all over the place. Lotus, let's get rid of that Orchid. Things like Shadow Strike and can bounce back some spells. You can see the Octane. Now they look. Still got Aegis for another minute, so it looks like they may just go for a second lane. Yeah, edging down this middle lane. Nice, trailing behind. Agate Scepter. They're going to be Lacoste.
Free to give. Queen of Pain has in. Second one on the list is probably Earth Spirit, so that they can have cool ability.
Fit for a
He's got
queen.
Blink, so maybe he's looking to kick someone out. Chant Remnant.
Yeah, I forgot the name. I said cool.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I hovered over
It's been
it.
a while.
Yep. To link in and kick someone in. He's got the X as well. Zayas, he's going for it. He kicks in the Razor. There you go, my friend. He goes in really deep. There's a BKB from Razor, but he gets a Abyssal bladed up. Crystallized can't throw out the stun, but it doesn't matter because he's BKB himself and faster. He just bought a Lotus Orb. He is dead and done for, but does have buyback at least. That's the Accept on the Earth Spirit. Cool ability indeed, say Na'Vi and PPD. He's saying this Orchid is not a very cool ability. He gets jumped on. Whoop, keeps alive for now, but should be popping as soon as he pops out of the Disruptor. There's a turret there. The poison damage is more than enough. Crystallize on the front lines, getting brought down pretty low. He's going to be a bit careful here. Ace is trying to burn him down, but Crystallize is so damn tanky. Dimes he's got making it really beefy. Ace even popped the BKB for that. And they forced out the Razor.
They can reset. He's gonna X-mark him.
Yep.
He will bring the region, get some clarities, get some flasks, come back to a fight.
Clarity. Chemical Rage is available soon for the Alchemist, who also gets an Illusion Rune, so he can switch out the side lane. And oh, who they kicked in now? It's Fata once again. The Razor. He got caught out bottom and got tipped. He's getting caught out again and getting tipped once more. Oh, Fata, he's just not having a very friendly game. Na'Vi, they're not being very friendly themselves. Giving him some more tips and rubbing salt in the wound.
He also has an Interland for a better kick.
Crystallized, he's gone charging him with the BKB. What's going to do? Force up there to help him out. Instead, it's going to be Nyx Assassin Saxa going down to 10. Pop on the backlines again. It's cast PPD. Magical just has it out for Peter. Keeps on blinking into Solo Killer. And with that, it's mid lane of Rax. It looks like bottom lane of Rax. It's looking like the end for NIP. 35k gold lead. Last hurrah is here. It's another Remnant in. They've kicked in Saxa. The Earth Spirit Axe coming into play time and time again for Nico. He does get picked off here, but immediate buyback. He can throw the Ice Blast even if he wants to as well. Forcing to the high ground is 33. He tries to keep himself alive, but the roll in from the Earth Spirit will catch him. Ace as well in all sorts of trouble. Does have rage in a couple of seconds. Ace may be able to keep himself alive. Saxa, Blink Scream, beyond godlike from Magical. It's only life.
There's the bat, and
oh,
double G's are dropped. That's going to be another one in the back for Na'Vi. 2-0 against NIP.
Check out those Instagrams of the Laputa, Na'Vi Magical. Follow these boys. They're playing some great Dota. And they want you to also check out...
Let me just go to my Instagram and follow these boys first.
Me too. They've earned
double damage.
Be a quick and simple one. The Shadow Demon caught in the front lines. Rest of RNG back off.
DD plus the butterfly. Being here, PSG. They can make anything else happen up it as that. Steve is dead. They have about 2 minutes to the Roche. Setsu just got a wave clear. 2 catapults still alive. So soon. This is OG. Wow, we can do it.
This is RNG. Swooping from lane to lane.
Setsu just making sure he's not letting them have those hit his tower at all.
And it's working. Certainly slowing down and making it a lot harder for OG to see a chance to go for high ground.
Took this lead though, that 9k gold lead. They have these heroes that transition to. They have Slark, well as Monkey King versus the Alchemist, who's really the carry, and the Grimstroke, who is pretty much became a third core. As we were saying, he's got that Hex, he's got that Agate, now also Blink Dagger in top 2 for the positioning. Level 25 also becomes really scary on the Grimstroke. The Inkswell radius plus your Dark Portrait. The Dark Portrait, you can't stun them or anything, and then the Inkswell just connects on you very easily with that massive AoE stun. You definitely see that coming out as OG. They get themselves an Arcane Rune.
RNG's going to go for the smoke.
Thompson
comes in, he's going to dispel the smoke.
Scout.
Straight away, Flyby finds him. The follow. Damage to kill him. Here with the invisible drop. Then they do that. Thompson fights back immediately. And wants Beaky. Beaky still has the Shadow Knight to play around with the double hex. It's out. Well, as the Dark Portrait. Now on top of Monet. Monet tries to run towards Jarrett. Jarrett spins surrounded. Monet's trying to take the goal of the aim, but Monet loses his luck. Monet without buyback. Anna is on top of Flyby, also without buyback available. As OG can now look to push on himself, another by the looks of it, Lanham. He's been discovered as Lanham dead as well. Another hero out of the game without buyback available. OG can look to go straight for the tier 4. Yep. To take at least one of the tier 3s. They are going to have to set up for that first, but they should have no trouble doing so. They collapse behind the tower. Setsu. They keep on. You got to take a tier 3 first, boys. I'll go for the bottom one. In fact, they're looking at even diving there.
I know they put the buybacks.
Is just diving into the fountain, onto Setsu, eating him up, building up the essence shift stack. GG is called, and OG will take game 2, taking the series 2-0 against RNG. Not one, but they had a little bit of fun with it. Top Monkey King comes into the draft at that final pick, and it works out at the end of the day.
Thompson came in actually super clutch in this game, so you can say you look and he died a lot, but he made so much space. His 2 buybacks were amazing.
He's
as well.
against a lot of heroes that are going to punish him. I'm going to kill him at that point before he had the BKB, and RNG certainly stepped it up.
Single support, you kind of die to a stomp.
I love the way S4 does that. He drags the creep wave down, so 1 he stacks and 2 Yang has to take extra damage, and then he fire strikes to take the bounty. Rolling boulder in towards mid, crit, that's well off target. Ori is not there anymore.
Ready with their... Might have actually been able to trap him in the tower. But I don't think he was expecting that move at all, Paparazzi. Oh, he's playing it. That is so annoying. I can tell you from being on the receiving end of this. It's really annoying.
This is my time.
Dude, I hate this. I hate it so much.
Denied.
You were mentioning it. One of those creeps that actually got a nerf. But that was because Puppy kept sniping Couriers with it.
Wait, is that?
Like, Harpy? Yeah, I still remember his classic one when he sniped it behind the tier 2 Radiant Tower.
With the lightning?
I think it was.
Oh, what do you know? It's fine.
I hope I remember correctly. I always question my memories. The strike from his forward doesn't have Sandstorm available, and Yang knows that that's why he's going for this attack. Nothing else to come apart from Crit moving in, goes for the kick, it's a bounce, rotated up, turns on the pulse, and Yang, 1200 HP is not enough to survive, especially when Smack is there so fast next to the 50, he's going to steal the pre-wave. Sure, take it with my S4, putting that Veil of Discord
about to be Radiant's
red.
top rubble. Radiant fortified their structures.
And even then, again on bottom lane, Paparazzi to keep using this war cry of his.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The map not giving up top tower. 3 points up and needing one of as you said from EG, they need to get an early advantage. They're going to keep it from
Really, really good. This is exactly what they want. They won all 3 lanes. They took a tower, and this is how you play Chen. You put pressure on the lane. You are successful there. Your other support can move pressure somewhere else, finds a kill, and then you transition into starting to push towers. And this top tower being taken out by Leshrac with level 3 Edict is just the icing on the cake about this top rotation. Now they're going to go into mid, just playing super fast.
Nice D-War for Fade, but yeah, the Chen army is coming in. S4 looking for a Burrow Strike target, going to find it over on Ori, gets a double clamp. The Snowball does come in, quickly out of it, however. So Fade and Ori can back up as DY gets the Fatal Bond connection. Across Evil Geniuses, who just back up. That's looking for their own farm. Yang's still looking for boots. He's just gone for a straight hood so he can survive in the lane.
Middle tower is
No move has been no way to really be there. Paparazzi's getting in that farm as much as he can before he's even got level 6.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
Now Fade shards out. Fly just a little bit short. He's got his Chen army there, but that won't help him. Stormbolt flies forward. He'll deny the rune. Lose his life. Ori claiming it.
Still, that's the Sven rotating to be in that kill instead of farming lane, where lifesteal is free farming. And I don't think Sven wants to come back bottom anymore. He's had enough of this. Has he got Bracer Treads? Yeah, okay. So, gonna half jungle, maybe play a little bit. Maybe he's just gonna full jungle. And Medusa is going to push out mid and play the other side of the jungle. And then they'll put somebody bottom who probably isn't sent.
Paparazzi have enough health for this? He took a lot of early hits because he couldn't even get the right cleave off. He gets Fatal Bonds from D1 to help. And Shadowwood. Still feels good for EG to keep the pressure up. Top 3 net worth belong to them. That's 4. Keeping that aggression in mid lane, so if Ori does want to hold back, they can get something back out of it. Looks like EG also blocked up that camp. Observer ward.
Yep. And I'm waiting to see what EG's next aggressive. VG kind of, they kind of said to EG with their approach to these 2 drafts that we don't think you guys are going to play aggressively, and then they pull out this Chen. Even despite that, VG still go greedy. So, I want to see that aggression from EG, whether they can pull it off or not here, the Chen. The mid tower almost being down is a really big deal. They're going to fight for bounty runes first, and then I think they want the mid tower, and then maybe even the bottom tier 1. Park Centaur here, as a matter of fact.
S4's going to try and take that top rune again with that BS, and they'll be able to do that. So it's going to be a 3. Cash, and there's the tomes.
Oh, yes. A tithe to the impurities.
Tusk is level 4. Chen is level 4. Oh, he just used the book. 5 before. Very nicely controlled game so far for EG.
Samel's farm rate is so good with that tier 1 tag going down with the Yule Scepter already done. Warlock is less of a threat. And Arteezy's having his own little battle against Yang on bottom. DY can't help out, but at this fight's the perfect timing. No golem available. VG may feel a little bit more safer just because Arteezy is on the bottom, but now the snowball. Crit's waiting for it. Fade comes back out. The kick will happen, and the Daisy do not complete that TP in towards mid. Arteezy has arrived, called in by Chen.
Dire's middle tower's taking a dirt nap.
Which feels like you're running almost like a Nature's Prophet, the way you can split push, but then still be there for the fight.
And back to bottom. Okay, so he bought Midas. Let's see who's up on buy. Does anything yet?
Now, last life still went Midas up.
Yep.
It's like Armlet or Radiance. That's the question mark.
Guaranteed.
Diffusal one. Yang side a little stronger. It's never-ending farming, but it feels like Paparazzi and Ori are fighting over what there is.
That was my concern with Svendusen. They both want a jungle, and if you lose control of one side of the jungle, you're restricted to the other side. There's not enough for both of them. This is a tricky game.
Fade's probably dead. Rolling Boulder gets the perfect hit. Ooh! Snowball just in time, but it'll only delay it, maybe with a shot. And the... okay. Hadouken available. You got him.
I wonder how Vici are going to get out of this. Bit of a...
Samel's going for his own target. Paparazzi.
Okay.
He walked down for the regen rune, and Samel just yules him up and... oh, lit off him. He then turned their attention towards bottom line. And that's why VG Gaming, they know they need to defend this. Ari's there. Mr. Snake has a hell of a lot of damage towards Fly, but Arteezy doesn't care. He rolls in with the help of Crit. Arteezy stands his ground. The Stone Gaze will come off, and what happens with the Stampede forward? You do at least get the rock off, plus combining with the Fatal Bonds. A lot of damage into Arteezy. Chris trying to walk it off. That's why he kicks back. Yang is able to connect over on him, and another Rottling Boulder in from Crit. He's just always there, but they still haven't found the primary target they came for. Ori's moving up, and S4 thought he could get it. He can Burrow Strike away to Xavier. Samel gets a double to the Crit. He did again with a huge kick. S4's going to combine with the Everton and Paparazzi and Yang. They're both going to go down here. Yang's no way to survive. A triple kill for Samel. Ori will retreat, and VG, they really wanted to hold that tower, but they won't.
Oh, this guy has no chill, man.
No chill.
Thanks, Ed.
So Sven just died back to back, right? He got killed in the river, and then he got killed in this fight. His tempo is just out
It's
of
shattered.
this game.
He's got 3.7k right now net worth.
It's concerning, to say the least, for Vici this game. Usually, at this point, when you're behind 5k gold, the way you come back into the game, we're going to see the replay here. So nice roll-ins, kickback, they use the stun, and then they reset away from the Deuce and Stone Gaze. And at this point, Vici Gaming feel like, okay, this is pretty good. We can kill this lifesteal and go from there. But they've used everything, and this makes a free fight for Samel, it makes a free fight for S4, and they just have way more damage and way more contribution to the fights than the lifesteal does. So easily
Samel's going again. He's found DY. Nice stun up. Ori's trying to help him out. Warlock can't do much, however. That'll be a death.
Usually when you're 5k behind, 14, the way back in the game is maybe you make a smoke move to get a tower, maybe you find a team fight. If you have a very specific lineup, perhaps you can sneak a Roshan or whatever. But in this case, Vici Gaming's options are really limited. They can try to take a fight, but it doesn't really feel like they're going to be favored into a Sand with Blink Veilment at 14.
Until you have like a Centaur Stomp where you can get the upper hand early on, like that's the only way, but EG just keep fighting, and here we go again. Blink Burrow Strike forward, the snowball, as it goes over, but it's Samel who's already TPing himself mid. And that's going to be one very dead Ori, and then even to the back behind S4 once more. Blink Dagger's coming off cooldown in 3, 2, 1. Does he want to go somewhere? He wants to find Yang. Moving the wrong way, and oh boy, Yang totally isolated from the rest of his team. The chain stuns from EG are absolutely perfect. This is escalating quickly.
It's a beatdown, flat out. And largely VG Gaming have themselves to blame for being in this position right now. This is one of those drafts where you're just trying to get too cute and too greedy, and EG have just abused it really, really hard. So, you've got to try to find a fight. EG are going to fight you all the time. They're not going to let you farm. So you need to try to find a fight on your. Did I just say find a fight? Find a fight. You have to find a fight on your terms. It means you predict EG's next move, you stand on a high ground with all your spells ready, and you land a good spell combo into the Fatal Bond. You're not farming your way out of this. You're not getting towers. You have no pushing power, and you have two very greedy farming heroes. So.
Time for insane defense to turn on for VG Gaming. Play under vision and don't get caught out. Yang, like he's trying to bait it forward just so, like, well, he's got 13 retaliates at the moment. Paparazzi waiting in the tree line, but the bait wasn't taken. Instead of shot, trying to block in Sumail, able to do so, but he Yulsets it. He dodges the snowball in, and have they got enough? The rock will drop in once he's kick as well. Paparazzi in the back line, and Tornati trying to control him, but man, they actually have enough damage to get through Sumail. DY is the one to claim it. And we're spilling out so much damage with the rock and fatal bonds. But EG still got this stay. I don't know how hard VG Gaming want to keep baiting here.
That was a team fight on VG's terms. They were on their own high ground. Sumail walked up and got shard blocked off. They take a successful engagement. It doesn't sound like much to get a 1-for-1, but it's actually a 2k gold swing because they killed the biggest hero in the game, and all they lost for it was their tusk.
But they're going to lose the tier 2 tower on top lane as well, I think.
That's not.
Yeah, because the kick will come in. Tuskar wants to try and help out. Ori just left stranded Fate. He has to snowball. I don't know. The Stampede will get him away to safety. Crit rolling boulders in, and he finds Fate. He has to snowball right now. Buy some time, but he just turns around. The snowball was so short. The Fatal Bonds was also connecting them up. TP comes in once more. Sumail back to the front lines, and yeah, you're in a little deep there, man. Paparazzi will take crit streak. I don't know what he was doing there.
It would have been a huge kill to get the Medusa. I understand why he got tempted. He had a Magnetize running on the Medusa earlier, and Medusa was out of mana. Pretty much 200 left, but there was help on the way. Tower also didn't fall because they dove. Not yet, anyway. Leshrac got summoned by Chen, I think. So
yeah, Lesh has been using the Chen creeps to just BT in.
Yeah.
It actually allows them, like, now he can BT in. Arteezy is the one that gets pulled in, so they can still become an entire 5-man lineup after Arteezy farms lane and Sumail farms jungle or lane.
The Radiance. 1k to go. Arrived. It's a little bit of a breath of life from VG Gaming. This fight. There's so much more work to be done. Are they closing in on any key items? Actually, look at the winning.
Yeah.
How much that swung.
It brings it back down to like 75, 74. The graph is just adjusting as we look at it.
Obviously, when you play these late game lineups with big team fight, and you clearly, we've talked about this, how if Medusa Sven gets late, you know, it's strong. But a lot of the times you fall into the trap of trying to play greedy and you just the map and you never get to late game. But obviously a win expectancy is going to change a lot when you're in the mid game, you're far behind, and you win a fight, because now you get back on track a little bit. Huge impact. If they find another team fight like the one they just did, they're almost like probably like 60-40, and that's when it can get really interesting. You have still got to be a bit careful they don't overextend and get into awkward situations like the one Sumail just did.
And they got a big enabler. Like, you saw what happened with the Warlock. If you can catch beat, like EG were trying to save Sumail, walked into a tight choke point, and it's like, it's the sweet spot for VG. You're all stunned, you're all better bonded up, and Sven with God Strength is able to cleave into multiple targets.
Yep, and soon there's going to be a Sent for Dagger too.
But for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. Ben, Warlock, he's going to be the one there. Rock's available. Rolling Boulder is going to come in. Nicely dodged. The silence was still out, so DY won't be able to get any abilities over Willie. He gets the Fatal Bond and the Rock off with Ori getting the split shot damage. EG, the bit of bomb that can shoot Sumail will be able to BT in, but now he's stranded underneath VG Gaming. Ori will stand his ground too. Arteezy still wants to get the kill with the help of S4. He's able to get the double out, but Yang, he's got 22 HP. He wants to walk this off. Sumail has to turn around to actually get back into this fight and help Arteezy. Gets the triple kill. It was probably the best fight the VG Gaming could have asked for, but it looks like EG have just enough in the tank and Fade. He doesn't know what to really do here. He's looking at this, but Arteezy's already got himself an ultra kill. TP home, that's what you can do.
Yeah, and soon there's going to be a Sent for Dagger too.
But for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep the aggression up. And for now, EG wants to keep
that was the Radiance reveal, right? He had the Radiance going into this fight, and then they infest. Without the Radiance, they lose this engagement for sure. It did so much damage over the course of this. You see Arteezy putting out massive numbers. So did the Dusa, but just you said just not enough, right? There's that one item missing, and the item is missing because they're farming the same creeps. So they're a bit limited. That was still a really good execution from VG Gaming, and if they're not this far behind when this happens, that would have been a great move. But yeah, EG engaging here. Kind of missing the engagement to begin with, and they lose crit immediately, but they have so much sustain. Chen, Heal, and Mech extends the fight long enough. They're constant. Look how long they're fighting in the Sandstorm. Yeah. Centaur took half of his health from Edict and Sandstorm, and he has a hood, right? So
and you're definitely feeling like the timidness from Paparazzi. Until he has that BKB, he won't feel strong enough to stand in the fight. He just keeps moving away. And with Rock down, God Strength down, EG just take Roshan down.
Yep.
And there is no Thief in the Night. No one can close that kind of distance, especially when Crit's waiting it out.
Give it to some.
It would make more sense.
I don't think Arteezy's going to die in these fights, right? The way they play out.
Smel's got so much more to give to, and yeah, he's moving the null out.
It's way more valuable. He has a full mana and health pool, right? Flesh Drax, so very good Aegis here.
And he's the tower pusher.
Yeah.
Like, more importantly, he needs to stand in front of the towers with the Edict, just burning them. Force initiation from VG Gaming.
Big item on crit. That
he had, but I don't think it was a full vessel until now.
Maybe the arcane boots came after the vessel, that's why I'm not sure. But the vessel is very, very good. So obviously the way vessel works with the damage it does is most people just focus on the minus healing, right? You can't heal people, that's why you're fighting a Morphling, etc. This item deals percentage-based damage out of current health of the enemy. So if you're playing it against tanky heroes that have high base HP, the damage of Vessel is very high. So 4% of current health per second against someone like Sven is actually 100 damage per second. That's twice of a Radiance. So it's very strong in the beginning of kills.
Yang and Paparazzi showed themselves on bottom lane, so EG just move up towards the high ground. They don't care about losing a tier 1 tower on bottom lane if they can take a tier 3, but now the TPs begin, realizing that some TP support has happened. And if it's only S4, and he can instantly be pulled back and deny the bottom tier 1 tower if he so desires.
Dire's middle tower looks to be disintegrating.
This tower doesn't serve that much of a purpose. He might not realize, though. Oh, he's getting pulled over. They want to keep him ready for mid.
Middle tower
And that they will.
Last outer tier 2 tower to be removed. 23 minutes in, the EG move over for it. Someone's like, hey guys, we need a creep.
I love Sinking. I love this hero. I've played it a lot. I haven't played so much recently, but when you see it play out and when you think of the meta right now, it's actually not surprising. So much to give. And S4 has played an excellent. I think for me, he's the MVP of the game so far. His spellcasting and overall decision making.
It was the itemization, it was Samael coming at the right time. The second the Veil was done, they put it to use against this guy.
Yep.
And now he's got Blink Heals and Veil.
And there was this team fight that happened around the Dire Secret shop where they tipped S4, his teammates. I think S4 made a pretty important call. I'm guessing that's what they tipped him for. He didn't do like any amazing spellcasting. He did his job. He hit good stuns, but I think he had a really good read on the situation. They could still fight there. I think it was the fight where Easy died first, right? Was that? Maybe it was that one.
I think it's Yang has the Blink Dagger, so he's ready to fight. Ori still trying to build towards his BKB. The stupid thing was, it happened again. Ori and Paparazzi ended up in the same lane looking at the same creep wave, wondering like, oh, well, who can farm this? Because they're both trying to build the same item.
Yep.
But it's taking time, and they're going to smoke before it's ready. Before the BKB's there, you've got Kaya already over on the track.
They have no map. They have to go somewhere. The place they used to farm is taken over.
But they're just going to push through bottom lane anyway, so everyone's going to have to TP back home. Like, what are you going to do? You're gonna Mystic Snake down as much of as you can. It's not easy. Bounces up a little bit.
That Snake hit Chen. That's a lot of mana gone.
Yeah. He can't Hand of God as well as Mech right now.
So this would have been a lot better for Vici if Sven was staying top, but he doesn't have TP. He could have stayed in that jungle. Now he's flying one out, but he could have farmed 2 or 3 camps.
There you go again. Battle Bond's going to connect up the mail. He's not going to use it off, however.
It's bound to nothing.
Yeah.
Lifesteal raged it off. Bounty rune is actually too late. No, that's fine.
Yeah, Yang was looking for it.
Oh, now he's chasing him. He wants to find Fade.
Smart by Fade. Let's move the opposite direction. Great TP out. VG aren't doing a very good job of delaying this, but they're still moving behind in the net worth. Like, it's 14k advantage moving to 15k for the net worth, 10,000 for the experience, and it's still a steady incline.
Yeah. I've seen VG win games like this. Usa.
Oh, there's your blink. He's done. Right off the bottom. He's still got the shields up, as well as Mana Style available, and there's a Glimmer Cape also becoming available from Warlock. He's assisting his core.
About on the way. Usa has hers. They might actually just try it.
Look, Yang. He's standing on the front lines. S4 can line up with a double power strike. You will need to get a good 6 take off with a follow-up stun. S4, they just want him a little bit closer. He's still got the defensive heal set, but Fade will have to buy back. The tier 3 tower has already been taken. That's what Arteezy was focusing on. The BKB is now up for Sven, but EG, this isn't a pullback. Sumail is just taking care of the top lane. He can already be dragged back by Fly. Then it's a pullback.
Yep.
And he hits level 20 with the experience. So welcome to the plus 50 Pulse Nova damage, but also welcome to the Aegis Immortal timing out.
And he has the level 3 Pulse Nova as well, which you can only really sustain at this point. Kaya. This spell is extremely expensive to use in terms of mana, and you're playing against Mist. That Kaya, you actually... And you see again, VG Gaming, same logic, right? We've lost this area, we've got to find another one. So they walk up here, start farming.
The Sentry Ward got killed off, so they know where DY is. They put down their own Dire Observer Sentry. He doesn't want to kill that Sentry. They're smoked up. The movement in. You also have over on the Deucer. The follow-up, the stun. Oh, it couldn't be dodged with the Manta Style. But the shields, they tank as much as they can. The rockets go DY, slows them up. And now Ori, he can do a lot of work if he can just keep attacking. They flip him up. Lifestealer does go down. Sumail taking through as much as he can, but now he's the last sole survivor of EG in the middle of this fight. Yang's looking for more. As the Chen, he blinks forward, gets it done over on Fly. And Yang will pick himself up a double kill, and EG lose 3 heroes who do not have buyback available. VG Gaming can now potentially regain control of their side of the map.
Uh-oh.
Oh, indeed.
EG has been playing so well whole game, and this one time they get greedy and make a two-player move instead of 5, and they get punished immediately. Now, they might get a return kill bottom, though. DY, got caught by the Sand King and Earth Spirit. And of course, this is where EG know what they can do. This is where they have their vision. This is the area that they have control of. So when fights happen down here, way more to work. Move up here, just not out mistake. They got overconfident. The 2 heroes thought they could kill. Look out. Need more people there. VG Gaming are very good at playing as a team. Give them opportunities like this later in the game and they can make a comeback. This is the second time that VG has successfully done something in the last 15 minutes.
Yep.
And you give them one more, it's...
You see the swing in the graph. It comes down from 18,000.
It's very clear in the graph when it happened too, right?
Yeah.
Like, VG won something. VG won something again. And it's not massive victory. It's just, you know, decently sized victories when you have this kind of lineup are just worth so much more.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm starting to get a bit worried for each because what will end up happening in this game is if they don't close it out at a relatively, like, soon, doesn't have to be within 5 minutes, but
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
It goes very late against this Warlock Sven Medusa. You can't break high ground anymore. Yeah, even with Aegis, it will feel hard.
And it feels like VG Gaming, like you see the way they itemize. Like, what do you get from Paparazzi? He's already got the Blink Dagger up, and that's his next time after having like the defensive BKB and the Echo Saber. Then he'll go into Daedalus. But it's about hitting the right position. When there's the opportunity, he has to hit the right spot. Get as many heroes cleaved down. And you're seeing Sumail as well as Arteezy unable to stand up to the damage.
Yep.
Obviously, he's still battling through the evasion, but it doesn't mean the MKB.
He'll need it against Lifestealer.
Top shrine is under attack.
He wants to kill the Lifestealer. He might go and try to kill other heroes, which Lifestealer is not that big of a problem with Stone Gaze. So focusing the Leshrac might have more value in a lot of situations. And speaking of itemization, notice how VG Gaming are just building everything they can to move these big cores as monsters. Yep, they have Solar Crest first item on Tusk. They have the Glimmer Cape on Warlock to protect them. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if Vlad's... Oh, that's actually exactly what Centaur is buying. I didn't even check that. He has the 4-step, and now he's going to buy Vlad's Splint. Time to aura up. Make your heroes strong. play around these two cores, killing everything.
Dire scanning for enemies.
PG don't find the target they're looking for.
I love this Vlad's choice. I think it's perfect.
Dire scan Roshan is pinged for half a second. Now Roshan could spawn up for them quickly, but he won't. He's going to be almost a maximum duration spawn.
Gaben is
Helping to give us a nice long drawn out game. More fantasy points for everybody.
yeah, that's a lot of fantasy.
There really is. 19.7 even on the losing team for a support. Because he's always Fatal Bonds and Goleming. He's got a lot of stun to his name and he's planting what's down. Chen's been a little bit more greedy with his buy up. I think most of the ward's been planted. I believe. If I didn't see the Thank you. But look at 8.0 on Paparazzi. For all the work he seems to be doing, he's still 1-3-6 on this event. Everything is just turning into CS points. That's all it is. He's just trying to build up to the next major item. He needs to get some level of effect, but it's the same for Ori. Like, Ori doesn't have a lot of kills to his name, only 3 kills there. But he's able to rage off in the mid and walk away from just fast enough from the shards of Fade. Not getting caught out.
It's almost like you can feel the player's mentality has EG's approach to the game flipped almost. It's for 2 reasons. First of all, okay, let's not get hot-headed, guys. Let's not go too deep. We don't have to overextend. And it also is because they lost half of the map. So they can't really just play that aggressively anymore. This mistake was actually much bigger than it looked.
It actually feels like they need the time to discuss, like, okay, what's the next approach?
Yep.
Like, what's our next items? What's our next timing? Because obviously the first phase has failed.
I wouldn't say it's failed. I mean, they're still 14k up. They've done a really good job.
They come. Edward Fire strikes in. Look at DY's position. He's ready for the rock drop. He just needs the right timing for it. Ori's taking through a lot of it. Now the rock drop does come down with a Fatal Bonds connect, but Fade's already dead. He'll have to fight back. The damage in. They're getting it off, but here comes Paparazzi in for the stun. He wants to focus down Arteezy, and with the upheaval, it's making it difficult for EG to continue to move, especially as Ori is backed up to Mail. He will end up falling. Chris tries to do something about it in the backlines, turns on the backlines, gets a follow-up kick, but how much has he really got left to give? You got the flip tossed out. Now crit, focused down by Paparazzi. All the damage he needs with the Gosser, he gets it. And with a force up, Ori continues to be hiding them out. S4 will Burrow Strike in. He doesn't really be that effective. In fact, it's done the opposite way around. Arteezy slow on life. He'll try and hit your right inside of S4 to get the hell out of here. Burrow Strike in 1 second with the banner. It got taken away by them to 6 Snake. They have to pop out. They have to fight. At least he'll be able to get 1 dive back over on the Tusker. Or maybe he can get more. A double kill for Arteezy. A triple kill for Arteezy. He's just turned this crap up. Ultra kill, give him the rampage to bash! It hits! Arteezy rampages solo! BG gave it! Do you want it? Do you want it?
Oh my god. Actually, that is actually unbelievable.
I don't know what I just saw. And now they go for Roshan. Fly's like, hey, Artur, you got another job right now, don't you? Can you get over here and kill the big man? There's a cheese, there's an Aegis to claim. Evil geniuses. Man, I thought PG were having this. But in the greatest words, let's see that again.
They were, look at this, they are literally 2 seconds away from cleaning house. If Tusk has ulti, Arteezy's dead right here. Instead, 1 to the next hero. He's just life draining back too much and has way too much armor. And then the Basher as well for this. So he even gets the full on rampage. Even without the Warlock kill, I don't think he would have minded too much, but what an icing. That was... something, I don't know if you noticed that in that fight, by the way, the beginning of it, before it looked amazing for VG. Sven started hitting lifestealing. He attacked him 3 times. He was like, this is useless. And then he started hitting Leshrac. he absolutely cannot deal with lifesteal. And now he absolutely. Because now Lifestealer has another item. He's got a full Abyssal after this fight.
I think actually before that fight as well, Arteezy was really considering going for the BKB. It was in his quick fire and he switched to the Basher just before the fight actually began.
What was he considering before?
BKB, I believe he had on him.
Yeah.
I think the best was a good choice.
Yeah, it really did. Chris was actually looking at the same thing, but now he's looking at Lotus Orb. We were talking like how EG just changed the tempo because they had to rethink their items. Now they've rethought it again. It's like, okay, well, maybe we are back in control of this game, but they still had to try and push high ground against BG Gaming. And that's still a very scary prospect.
But if you look at the graph, they're starting to look almost getting down to 50%. But now,
Here comes Arteezy.
he's way back.
Mystic Snake, he'll rage it off, but it won't stop the creep wave from dying. Stands his ground, beats the melee racks. The shards will lock Arteezy in, but he's got that extra 2 seconds on the rage duration. Yang Hoi!
Oh, they killed a Centaur creep.
Yeah, they did.
And Paparazzi's farming. They're actually defending with 4 heroes right now. So every minute that this goes on that they don't commit.
Arteezy again.
Oh, they glyphed the...
They glyph. Like, he's got so much rage duration, he can just keep doing this, but they needed to do it to kill off the catapult wave as well.
They glyphed the backup protection.
Radiant's
Glyphed 2 seconds. But yeah, you're right. They survived the siege creep wave, which is the...
As well, the turret right in, wait for the counter rock out, and well, they are moving back and push Ori so far deep. Fade's nearby, he's trying to stick with him to see if he needs to snowball, but Ori is already BKB, so he wasn't snowballable, and maybe with the rage down, Arteezy, remember he's got the Aegis, Immortal up, Yang, I don't know, he's raising the hoofs at the moment, but Arteezy, he just stands and delivers. Special delivery. Arteezy will take the melee rags, and BG have nothing more to give.
They can't kill him. When he's in rage, he's invincible. They just all damage.
Back off cooldown in 5 seconds time, but they have to do something or else EG will continue to take racks after racks. The 4-star Yang, he's got no mana left. He actually has to go back to base to regen the mana. Arteezy with a back on from Evil Genius sitting back. Look where Paparazzi is. He's at the back line. The rolling ball will come in. There's a lot of damage. The rock will drop, and Paparazzi, the clean damage. 3 heroes together. Fight will finally get the heal off, and the effective play is done. Arteezy gets a little bit more. He's got the Aegis ball. They don't want to fight him off. They get the support kills instead. A 4-star gets Fade a little bit further out in the upheaval from DY. EG, the need to run it down. Arteezy knows it. They flick him up, and maybe onto the tier 4 tower. They've got some way to defend it, but without Ori, I don't know if it's going to be possible. Sentry Wars Town CS4 at least, but watch also see your racks go down.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going. If they can't...
This GG. Yep. They call it. EG will 2-0 VG Gaming. And VG, and they got a hell of a lot rougher for them. But these guys, EG pushed them to the limit in both of them in the series.
I still can't believe that. That's actually incredible.
The turnaround, Arteezy.
That's one of those things you see once. I don't want to say once a year because that's a bit of an exaggeration. Maximum once a tournament. If we get a moment like that again, that would be amazing. He literally, that was 1-on-5 in the end, right?
Yep.
All his teammates were dead.
1-on-5, and he started at 10% HP.
Yeah. Obviously, the enemy team were not all full HP. It's not ridiculous, but it was a 1-on-5. Killed everyone. Yeah, I've seen something similar fairly recently with Miracle and OD, but that wasn't the same situation. He was like running he killed 5 heroes after another.
That was with the OD, like just building up so much in, but Live Silo was just like, I'm literally going to survive to kill.
What a moment. Imagine what you feel like when you...
I agree. We're talking about EG feeling good after game 1, getting a victory there, but now you've got Arteezy who's just going to feel absolutely immortal. Like the cliff is so far behind him right now. The next memory is literally Arteezy versus the world, just pushing him back with every single claw.
And the bigger scale of things, like what can we learn about this? From this game? I think VG Gaming's draft was too greedy. I think in the end they
First conversion. Bonded, you and I. No, 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 no. My thrift all the way. From Blaze to Inferno.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Thank these embers well.
You die as you live, insipid and ignorant.
That was a burn. Yeah.
Dire's top tower might be going down.
Captured in the flame.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. tower is about to be Radiant's top rubble. Dire's top tower is about to be Radiant's top rubble. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning for enemies. Dire's top tower is under attack.